Welcome back to my adventure across the Broads, a 6-day journey facilitated by nothing but this beautiful green boat and a desire to see as much as possible across East Anglia's extensive river network. The last 2 days were very much a learning process as I was thrust into the deep end of boating, learning skills that would be very useful for the rest of the trip, like how to moor, take off and land the drone on a moving boat, drive, and more. Despite this, we made very good progress, boating over 17 miles past Barton Broad, Horning, Wroxham, and eventually stopping in Salthouse Broad. Our main plan today is to continue east into St Benets Abbey, an 11th century monastery which I particularly held an interest in. But before all that, you will join us very early in the morning as we set off from Salthouse Broad back to Horning. This time, the drone is in the air and can actually follow us for the first time. That being said, today kicks off with some excellent drone footage as I spend the next 15 minutes hyper-focused on these shots. I barely speak for this entire section except for the one time I admire just how cool this is.
Oh, awesome.
Not much interesting happens as we plod along to Horning once again, until I start experimenting with the idea of landing the drone on the moving boat, turning around to see it better, and this strange bug crawls off of my hair and makes a dash for my camera. Just look at him go. I abandon the idea of landing the drone eventually, and when I turn around to look at the camera again, well, this happens.
Oh my god, there's a grasshopper on my camera.
I pay it no mind as I continue getting awesome aerial shots. The drone is almost out of battery at this point, so I had bigger priorities. Seizing the opportunity, Trish waves to the drone before I ask my dad to slow the boat so that the drone can land again.
Yes. I had to, just hang on a bit though, because I need to actually get it.
Yeah, that landing was pretty hard, but after the drone was safe, I decided to show my new friend to my parents for some reason.
Look at this dude. Look. Oh! No, right? What the hell?
He's not doing any harm, we'll get him outside anyway.
And then decided to take some pictures and videos of him because, I don't know, I thought he looked quite aesthetic.
Man is actually on my camera.
Anyway, where were we? Right, mooring up in Horning. We had to fit between these two boats and found it pretty difficult. Thankfully, someone else on the boat in front helped out with some advice.
Should we moor up to this one or that one?
Better off pulling that up there because it's tidal, because the back's trying to swing round with the tide. So if you pull the front up there, the back will come round on its own. Trust me.
That's a good idea,
Trust
actually.
me.
The advice being to completely swing around the boat. If I look anxious here, it's because my camera is still up there and I'm somewhat worried it's going to fall off because of this. I can't remember exactly what the guy said, but it had something to do with the fact that Horning is close enough to the coast to be slightly tidal, and the flow of the river at that time was heading towards the ocean, so it made more sense for the boat to be facing away from the flow or something. But eventually we do moor, and my dad even repays the favour by helping to moor the boat in front of us. We didn't stop in Horning for long. We had some sandwiches, but then I noticed a drone in the sky, so I thought about getting a few drone shots myself. Horning looks beautiful from up here, and I even got a nice looking sphere photo for Google Maps. After a brief flight, however, we were back on the river and heading straight for St Benets Abbey.
Because of the funny meme. Look at this guy, man. Look at him. Why are you singing that song? I'm not into that song, I'll have you know.
Hello.
Hello. I know what you're singing, and I know what you're singing, and I don't appreciate it. Sharky has gone to the depths. Hello.
Hello.
I threw Sharky down because he felt unsafe. He needs to be back into the boat, he says.
Might be able to hear you now.
Uh-huh.
The journey to the Abbey wasn't very eventful. For me, it was a peaceful time of relaxation, followed by me driving the boat again while my dad also relaxed and did a few chores around the boat. We did pass a boat that had seemingly crashed on the bank, however, or were they moored? It was hard to tell.
What's going on with him?
if they're moored or they're crashed. It kind of looks like they've crashed. Yeah, they think they've crashed. Some shit. They literally just crashed and they're like, oh wow, yeah, let's just have tea. Then, while I was captivated by this majestic sailboat on the left side of the river, my dad found the boat engine.
Oh, that's where the engine is.
Oh, you can see it. Holy shit. I want to see now. What does it look like?
It's blue.
I see it. Does it have a bell or something? Is it kind of like a car engine?
Yeah, pretty much like a car engine, diesel of course. I would imagine what it does is it drives a torque converter and uses oil pressure to drive the propeller. In that way you can put the engine wherever you like, even off to one side.
Yeah.
I might take a proper look at it later on.
This is so cool. This is so relaxing.
It's lovely, isn't it?
The relaxing was soon to be over though, as I was rapidly approaching St Benets Abbey. We passed this T-junction where the River Ant meets the Bure, and I was so busy filming it that I didn't realise the mooring spots for St Benets Abbey were literally right up ahead. Now, I just started driving and I didn't want to be the one responsible for that while mooring, so I of course chickened out and asked my dad to do it. Okay, well we're gonna have to moor soon, so do you want to take over? Because I don't really know how to drive it into moor.
Okay, well I was thinking of letting you do it and I'll hop off with a rope. Let's see what the land lies. Is that the ruins there?
Yeah, but people are mooring.
Okay, well I'll do it if you want.
Okay. Is there anywhere along here? It'll be fine. I'll get my boots on.
Round quick.
Are we doing this one or that one?
Get it round quick. Quick. Over.
I think that's my first successful moor. Do you think mine's alright?
Yeah, I think so. I think we did quite well.
Majestic Swan is majestic. After a very successful mooring between me and my dad, it was finally time to explore the abbey. Naturally, we started walking up and learnt some very interesting things on the first sign we saw. Oh, so that's how it looked, how it should have looked like. St Benets Abbey. It was the only monastery not closed by Henry VIII.
Oh.
The only monastery that wasn't like torn down and ripped of all its loot.
And they still do a service.
They still do an annual service here on the first Sunday of August. That's pretty cool.
I read this yesterday when you went up to the lake.
Eventually, we decided to take a look. There were lots of cute dogs running around, glorious looking sailboats. Whoa, that's a nice colour. With the sailing boat there.
Oh, glorious.
And of course, more signs to read. Oh no, it's at the top.
Well, it would have been a windmill.
Yeah, but why does a church need a windmill?
It didn't. It was added afterwards.
Oh. Oh wow, it would have been a lot bigger than... Oh, okay. Right, so this is like a church community rather than a church itself.
So it was a whole affair.
Oh wow.
So really, this is like the gatehouse, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just because there's crosses over there. Look at that. It's a part of a whole thing.
That came from Sandringham.
Oh, we
Queen
should explore more.
donated wood for that cross to be made.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did you learn that?
Because it was in that thing I read this morning.
Oh.
That was just a gatehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, the 1720s, a mill was built on it.
Yeah.
So that wasn't part of it at all. They just added the mill way later, huh? After it was already a ruin. So that was built.
You can see, look here. Can you see that bit there? That's the windmill bit that's been added on the original church and gate.
Wonder why they added that.
But that's where the actual abbey is, which is over there.
Perhaps we can.
Yeah, we can go and
can
see
have a
that.
look at
Perhaps
the
there's
whole
ruins
thing.
of that. As my parents take a while to look at the architecture, I pass the time by attempting to make the most documentary level shots possible. I'm not sure how well I did, honestly. Wonder what that looked like. Then I tried filming myself walking past the wall, but my parents then also walked past the wall, and, well...
This must be the napped flint. Yeah. Hello!
I just did the most documentary B-roll you could ever think of.
Oh!
Oh, there's an interior. Whoa. Why would they just build a mill on top of a gatehouse?
Because that is braced, this.
Because it's a solid foundation.
Right,
In
okay.
a boggy landscape.
Ah.
So they've used this to keep the outer bit strong.
Right. That's actually really interesting. That everything else has crumbled, but it's this archway.
Well, they must have seen that this archway had been here for hundreds of years and thought, okay, so this land must be solid enough to build. One of these has been hand carved by someone.
Yep.
Someone has been paid to sit there all day with a chisel.
We also noticed just how long this place had been here because people were carving their names into it a long time ago. Look at that. There's another 1910 there, it seems. People actually graffiti things in 1910.
1983.
1976.
Sorry?
1983. That looks like 1939.
I want to go in.
Now what's this thing though?
I think this is the way up.
Oh, that's where like produce would have come out of the mill, right? Or something?
Yeah, I suppose it would, yes. It's amazing it's still there, isn't it, really? It must have been really quality metal.
But with the whole mill area scoped out on foot, I think we all know what comes next. Quite popular. Everyone there's talking about the drone, so I got pretty nervous. I didn't get that much shots, but I do have a 360-degree picture that it's taking right now, so I can show a bit of that maybe. The drone's really running out of battery, of course. I still don't have the drone charger because I forgot it. So yeah, there's not much flight time left really. Yeah. That says quite a bit more of the Abbey though. The only other significant parts of the Abbey are these ruins, with the Cross of Peace at the end of the path. This giant cross was erected in 1987, as this Abbey site is still fairly important to the local community. So important in fact that a service is still held here by the Bishop of Norwich every year. This cross looks a lot bigger than it looks on the drone's camera. Yeah, this whole place is pretty cool.
Apparently it's naturally spiritual.
He was taking pictures of moss earlier and I was like, what is this for? Concrete appreciation group. And he was like, moss appreciation group.
I still think corrugated iron's the best one.
That was the one that started it all. The most recent one is birds with threatening auras. That's a brilliant group, that.
After my dad engaged in his strange hobbies again, it was time for us to go back to the boat. It was at this point that my dad discovered where the boat's engine was hiding, and so engaged in another hobby. Whoa.
Right, what have we got here then?
You recognize anything?
Still trying to make sense of it right now.
Is there supposed to be water there?
Bilge water, yeah. There was a bilge pump.
What does bilge mean?
That's the bilges. That's basically the hull.
So why do you need bilge water?
Well, all the water falls in the boat has got to go somewhere.
Oh, right. We're in the perfect position to see everything that we just visited. Like the cross and the Abbey. We can see both of them from here.
Well, the answer is there's a lot of machines here, really.
Hmm?
But essentially it is, as I said, the propeller is driven by hydraulic oil. Now, which lines are hydraulic oil, I couldn't honestly say, because there's an absolutely massive one coming off of that thing, and that is attached to the final drive of the engine. But there's only a small one feeding it.
Oh.
So I don't know why that should be. That's a bit curious. It is, as I suspected, using river water as its cooling because you've got wet marine exhaust over there, so it obviously sucks in the water to cool the engine and then throws it out of its exhaust.
Right, yeah.
But there's lots of other things going on as well. I mean, there's the bilge pump itself to pump out bilge water.
Why isn't it not pumped out all of that? Does it just pump it out at a certain level?
I imagine it's trapped.
Right.
That would be my guess. On top of all that, you've got things like oil coolers and filters and stuff like that. So there's quite a lot of complicated pipe work here. More to understand than I can be bothered staring at, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And like all engines, only truly appreciated when you take it to bits. Which obviously I'm not going to do. So
I think the engineers at that hiring company would have a strong word with you if you did that.
I don't think they'd be happy. I think they might be a bit angry with me if I did that.
Yep. Do you think that's an ocean-going vessel?
I've no idea.
They're turning around using the dinghy.
No, the dinghy's pushing them. The anchor's holding them.
Wow.
What you're told.
Not what you think. That's what you said a few minutes ago.
Big sail though. Hell yeah.
Before continuing eastward along the River Bure, we decided it'd be fun to check out the two broads to the south. We're just heading to the far western one now, South Walsham Broad. We're actually looking for a place to anchor for a bit, but...
I suggest you avoid these posts.
Yes. Oh, these posts.
Yeah, stay well away.
Ah, shallow water.
Oh, what does that say on there?
Come on. Private. Something private.
Sailing on the Broad is permitted, but anchoring, swimming and fishing, speedboats and water skiing are prohibited.
Right, okay.
So it's just for scaling and no speedboats.
Right, spin her around then.
Okay. Should we go around this thing or?
No, just turn around here. Let's not go anywhere near it. It looks a bit dodgy to me.
Dodgy.
Yeah. May need to reverse a bit. Let's not get too close to this edge. This doesn't look a very deep place to me.
Yeah.
Let's go back into that other broad and we'll drop away in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so to keep it well to the right here and let's sort of drop away over in this large area of water. Yeah, aim for that white boat there.
Okay. Aye, aye, Captain. Captain, we're on a course headed straight to Bucker Line with the other white boat.
Right, dethrottle now.
You're going to neutral or?
Yeah, go into neutral now.
Or should we just throw it down now?
Yeah, I think this will do.
Splosh? There was no splosh.
You seem to be still moving.
Reach the bottom.
Yeah, it's actually slack.
Oh.
The boat will turn, because the wind will blow it.
And so, as we anchor for the first time, I take a while to enjoy the water as we sit still, spinning left and right wherever the wind turns. But for some reason my dad is still busy with the ropes.
What are you doing now?
Just tying it off. But there's not a lot to tie.
It's really nice sitting here when it's not wet.
Yeah.
What the hell just happened? There's a freaking spider here. How did you get there? I'm confused still. Are you worried about it going wrong or something?
I'm worried about it just dragging through the mud. I'm also worried about that knot. Doesn't appear to be too good.
Doesn't appear to be holding. He's messing with the anchor thing.
It's not an anchor.
And why is it different to an anchor?
Because an anchor has claws and things.
Right.
This is nothing but a plumb weight.
I thought an anchor was just a plumb weight. I thought they were just shaped that way just for decoration. Why do they have claws?
presumably so they can grab things on the bottom. What about that? Will that work? Let's just leave that and see if we start tripping.
Despite having walked on the side of the boat with the camera many times, there's still always a part of me that's scared I'm going to drop it somehow. I thought of an ingenious solution to this, however. What if I just... and then pick it up later?
Sorry, I dropped my camera in your room. Right, well, we are just in the middle of a broad. Drifting. Those guys are fishing over there.
Yeah, I'm just making sure we don't get closer to them.
I don't think so. We're about as far away as we were when we came here first, I think.
We couldn't drift forever though. There were more places to explore. The question is, how hard is it going to be getting the anchor up?
That looks really hard.
It's hard getting it out of the boat.
And just like that, we were cruising eastward again.
Bye bye, Abby.
I had enough boat driving for one day, so my dad took up the helm, allowing me to show you some cool parts of our journey. Our destination was Thurne, a small village near the Thurne River. On our way there, we passed a few yachts, and I could see distant windmills, the most prominent and well-maintained of which was the Thurne Mill. And so we entered the waters of Thurne. The mooring process was not easy, as we had to fit through a very small waterway with boats on either side, and then somehow parallel park it along with the others. You'll have to take my word for it though, because I literally didn't record any of it. While my dad tied up the boat, however, I scouted around for information on the mooring rules.
So it's free to stay here until 4 p.m.
Right.
After that, by 6 p.m. we have to pay. We can stay the night if we pay £7.50 for the local pub.
Alright, which is the lion?
So we can stay here the night.
We can. We can pay the boat. How much money? Drinking the boat.
Alright, so we're tied up using the pegs. Because there's no mooring post here. Looks like we're finally going to get a pub visit.
Okay.
So the idea is that we can just have a look at the mill. I don't know what time it is right now, but we can go and pay at the pub by 6 p.m. and have a drink there as well.
Sounds good to me. In fact, sounds like a bloody good idea.
This is like such a narrow space of water with all these moorings though.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it well in.
So this is a village called Thurne. And there's the windmill over there. Very cool.
Right?
You reckon boats can get through there?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
Maybe that boat's got a leak. And so it keeps taking on water and the pump keeps pumping it out again.
Oh.
We looked for a while at this boat that was trying to reverse out of a very tight space up ahead, presumably to leave the mooring area.
It's taking it nice and slow, isn't it?
I mean, there's literally no space for the boat to fit like widthways in this part of river. So like, yeah, that is.
He's got bow thrusters. That's easy. Look at him bowing to the right.
Bow thrusters.
Yeah, bow thrusters are a reality. We may have to turn it round with ropes.
Ah, yeah, because we can only turn while going forwards. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Look at there's mud all over the mudway, all over the lead weight, the weight thing. So it did really reach the ground, huh?
It really did, yes.
Oh,
Oh, and it stinks.
oh, gross.
We quickly stopped at the pub to pay the mooring fee.
Definitely.
This is such a nice village,
Oh, conkers.
and we finally found a pub
There's more of them.
in Concord. There's one here. Greenhouse tables. What in the world?
I twiddled a stick around in my fingers for some reason.
If I look in this direction, my eyes get absolutely blinded, so I'm recording it, and hopefully it looks good on the camera.
And finally, we get to see the mill that drew us here in the first place.
A 203-year-old wind pump that is still in working order.
Of course, you see the reason it was built.
Why?
to drain all this land.
So they could like use it for farming.
Yeah, and that's why all these channels have been dug,
Oh.
so that it can pump all the water away.
Kind of like what the Netherlands do.
Yeah.
That's why they got so many mills.
Yeah.
Ah. So that's how the Netherlands did all their land reclamation.
Yeah.
It was such a nice experience flying my drone around these mills. I thought they couldn't get any prettier, but as the sun set and night rose, the mills strangely became even more visible against the twilight sky as dark silhouettes take their place. They almost take on a different character in the dead of night, and I found it rather beautiful how this time-lapse captures that transition. I took some pictures on my phone too, as I wanted to see how well my amateur photography skills could capture it. I think it just goes to show that while the daytime and the sun can be beautiful, there is a similar beauty in the night. That being said, after all that boating, I think we're all ready for a night at the pub. We played lots of dominoes, and somehow I won the first game.
Is it my go?
Yep.
Oh, I win then, I guess.
Are you kidding?
You guys suck.
Beginner's luck.
Apparently it was beginner's luck, because that was my only win, with Trish taking the next 2 games.
My turn to win.
Did that really work?
It was 4 ones down, yours was the 5th, and that meant there was no way I was losing.
You're too analytical for me. Your brain's too
Oh, there was
fast.
no way she's losing because you had a 1.
Dad winning the next game by points because we ran out of dominoes,
I win.
and then finally a normal win.
Chips. Ha! Ha! Yeah.
But at least I had cider.
5s and 1s, Amy. 5s and blanks.
Why do you
sorry.
keep posting these down as if you think I haven't got these? Like,
We're just taking the piss. Don't take
Just
it
a
too
bit of
seriously.
fun.
Drink the cider. It will all make sense.
We didn't finish that last game because we were treated to a glorious platter of pies, gammon, eggs and chips. We technically ordered the food just as they closed, but they were nice enough to fit us in as a last order, so really good service overall. I think Drunk Me describes it best.
good pub. Be proud of me for drinking all of that cider.
Yeah.
What
Really
is
good.
that?
Oh, well, somebody's forgotten to add anti-foaming agent.
It's just foaming around that boat. What is this? Drainage board?
Looks like detergent to me.
Whoever's in that boat is going to wake up to a lot of foam.
So, it'll be like a bubble bath.
But of course, that again marks the end of this episode as we rest and prepare for another day on the Broads tomorrow. Once again, I extend my appreciation to everyone who's watched this far. I've been working on this project on and off now for over 2 years, and it's crazy to me how much I've changed in that time. Despite how outdated it is though, I am committed to finishing off this series and making it the best it can possibly be. The next episode features the next 2 days, which have us going all the way to Great Yarmouth as we brave Braden Water, racing both the tide and sun as we try and make as much progress as possible before having to stop for the night again. This is where the adventure really gets interesting, so I really hope to see you again in episode 3.